Hello folks, welcome back to Cryptic Munitions. Today we're going to talk about the government shutdown and a few things that are going on with that. Well, let's start off with the actual shutdown in itself. As most of you all know, that the government's claiming that it's on a shutdown and all these things aren't happening. Well, the problem with that is it's only a 17% shutdown, which means the government is actually functioning. Everything that needs to function in the government is functioning. We're still fighting wars overseas. The troops are still getting paid. The CIA is still active. The FBI, the ATF, obviously the IRS, if you've seen your pay stubs, which means everyone is still paying taxes. If the government was really shut down, you wouldn't be having to pay taxes, along with everything else. You wouldn't see all these troops, well, not troops I should say, but police officers and around DC, because DC is basically funded by the federal government. It's not like a state where the state actually has its own funding. DC gets all of its funding from the federal government, so DC would actually be shut down because of the fact that all the businesses are still running in DC. The government is not shut down. With the memorials being closed, that is, you can look anywhere on a lot of these alternate news agencies, they'll tell you flat out, Obama or the White House, we don't know if it's Obama directly, but it probably is. It's the White House. The White House has stated to put park police in certain places, to shut down certain things. The White House has full control when the government shut down, what stays open and what shuts down. The fact that they're spending more money shutting down the Lincoln Memorial than they are guarding pretty much any ambassador over in Libya will go to tell you that we have some serious issues in the White House. We have some serious issues in our government. And a lot of people blame the Democrats and a lot of people blame the Republicans. Oh, Harry Reid's refusing to cooperate or negotiate, or John Boehner, I think it is, or however you pronounce his name, is refusing to negotiate or sign in deals and do this micro legislation, passing one bill at a time and piecemealing everything. That's not necessarily true. You can blame the Democrats, you can blame the Republicans, you can blame them all. Or you can just blame one or two people, or the Tea Party, or so on and so forth. You can blame the president. I actually don't blame any of them. This problem stems from far beyond our government, and it goes down to you. The viewers watching this, and the people, your neighbors, those are the problems. I blame myself. I blame everyone. I blame the American population for allowing this to happen. This nation was not founded on government making up bills to pass legislation, to pass funding for different things. This nation was founded on people. And it was the individuals who ran this nation. It was the individuals who represented people. And before we ever even had a federal government, we had individual states, and that worked for quite a long time until they decided we should get one actual representative for all the states, one body of basically forming our government to be able to negotiate and talk and deal with other nations in fear of the British or the French coming over to try and conquer our individual states. So, you know, our issues stem far beyond just our government. It's the American people who are the government's, pretty much we're the people who control the government. But the problem with this is the people are no longer active in their government. This nation's a baby. We're only 200 years old, just over 200 years old. We are one of the youngest nations, if not the youngest nation in the world. But we've had a very violent history, and we've had a very involved history, I should say, throughout the world. Now, if you look at it this way, if you want a good analogy, take it like this. And this is what I'm getting to. The American people are the parents of this country. Our government is our child, and we have to watch over our children. You have a 5-year-old, you go into Walmart or Piggly Wiggly or Wawa or whatever the hell it is. You go into a store and you don't watch your child. Your child was raised right and it knows the rules. But one day you turn your back and you just go shop and child stays next to your side. Next couple of days or next couple times you go out shop and child's going to stay there until the child realizes, I see something it likes, so I'm going to reach for this. Well, it knows the rules. You don't pick something up off the shelf. So it goes and picks something up off the shelf and it realizes it didn't get in trouble. Mom turns around, then the child got in trouble. Oh. Well, over time, keep going to the store and not watching them, going into multiple stores and not watching this child, the child's going to start to realize it, and it's going to push as far as it can. So every day it's going to pick up what it wants. It's going to start throwing things in the cart. Next thing you know, if you're not watching a child, you don't know where your child's at in the store. Because, well, the child picks things up. So it's no harm there. We'll let it, we'll just put the things back. Clean up after. Well, what's going to happen next? The child's going to continue to do things. It's going to start taking things and putting in the cart. You're going to just put them back. You get tired of punishing a child every time he does something bad, so then you just stop watching them altogether. How many times have people been into Walmart, seen a kid running around a corner, and mom's sitting there looking at something in her freezer section? No one knows where the hell damn child's at. Child's over another aisle pulling stuff off the shelf, dropping it on the floor. That's the problem. That's what we're at. Our government is doing things the American people do not want. But now you have all these patriots that decide to get up and say, we've had enough and we're gonna go protest. That's fine and dandy. The problem is people have been too complacent, allowing their government to do what it wants. The child is unruly. Well, it's time to punish the child. In order for us to get our nation back, in order for us to change what we once had, this country is going to have to see something it hasn't seen in a long time. Yes, we can see a revolution if you want, or civil war, however you want to put it, but it's not that necessary. We don't have to get to that point. We will have to start exercising our rights as American people to control our representatives. If you already see it in Colorado, the people are recalling senators and congressmen, which is very good. Because they're recalling that, other people are starting to realize they can do the same. Soon, you're going to see things happen that should have been happening for a long time. Your representatives don't represent you. You need to get them out. Quit voting them back in. The other problem is you have all these lazy, government-dependent individuals. And I'm not talking about someone that says, well, I need food stamps because I just lost my job. I'm talking about, I got 15 kids, and someone got to take care of my kids because I ain't got no job, and my man who has 6 of them is in jail. You know what, bitch? Get up off your ass and make your own money and take care of your kids yourself. That's the problem with this nation. We have too many people that elect officials in who say, we're going to take care of you. It's time for the country to stop taking care of its people and the people start taking care of themselves. But it only takes a handful of people to actually stand up and to get the ball rolling. The problem is it's people like you, people watching this, that need to do that. People like you that actually need to get up and actually say something. It's time for people to start contacting the representatives and letting them know that you're filing motions to have them recalled. They are no longer representing you. They need to go. I'm not talking about anything crazy. Don't start marching with guns, or we're going to force them out of office, strong arming. If you do that, you're going to incite something that you do not want to see. Everything is done through legislation. That's what this country was founded on. Legislation. It's founded on representatives. And there are laws in place to keep the representatives in check. If your representatives are not representing you, remove them from office. There is legislation everywhere. There are several different ways to remove them. But, once again, stop being complacent, get up, and actually get out there and do something. The longer you sit there and decide, I'm just going to work and let someone else take care of it, the longer our country is going to keep going down the drain. You don't like what's going on, it's time to do something about it. Well, that's my little rant for today. I really don't have anything else. You can either sit at home on your butt eating potato chips and watching that damn TV, or you can actually get out there and get involved in your country. If you get involved, good for you. If you decide to stay home, you're the damn problem with this fucking country. And you know what? Frankly, this is going a little out there, but the way I see it, if you decide to just sit at home eating potato chips and collecting that welfare check, you should lose your right to vote. Because your best interest is not the best interest for the nation. Your best interest is the best interest of who the hell is going to pay your damn bills for you without getting up and doing something yourself. Thanks for watching Cryptic Munitions. Bye.